What's good, YouTube? And today we have the NL version of the Team Affinity 5's or Season 5 predictions. If you missed the AL half, that was in yesterday's video, so make sure you go check those out if your favorite team's in NL or AL, excuse me, or you just want to check that out. So, without further ado, let's get into the NL. First up is the Miami Marlins. He has Sandy Alcantara. It's not Alcantara. It's Alcantara. Anyways, I don't know much about the Marlins this year. I truly thought it should be Jazz. We'll check them both out. But I don't remember Sandy Alcantara having that good of a year. But let's check him out and see if I'm wrong. Alright, looking at Mr. Sandy Alcantara, looks like he had a win-loss record of 9-5 in 33 games. He had an ERA of 3.75 and 205 innings pitched. Not very good. I mean, let's even look at Pablo Lopez. So, in 20 games for Pablo Lopez, he had an ERA of 3.7, FIP of 329, and 102 innings pitched. So, he was better, but in like half the time than Alcantara, or not Alcantara. I knew I was gonna do that. Alcantara, or Alcantara. Anyways, so let's go check out Jazz. All right, looking at Mr. Jazz. In 124 games, had an average of 248, an OPS of 303, a slugging of 425, 18 homers and 53 RBIs. So he wasn't super bad though either, but now I'm curious to check out Sixto Sanchez. So looking at Sixto, he didn't play at all this year. So ultimately, you could go with Alcantara, I guess. I don't really care. But if I had to make a prediction, yeah, Alcantara is probably a good bet. Moving on to the Phillies, he went with Zach Wheeler. Yeah, he's probably has a legitimate shot getting Cy Young this year, could win it. You could go Harper here. I don't think Realmuto is all that good. Wheeler makes the most sense. Let's check out his numbers, though. Alright, so looking at Wheeler, in 32 games, he had a 2.78 ERA and 100, yikes, and 213, innings pitched. He had 250 strikeouts pretty much. So Wheeler had a great year. Like I said, he could win Cy Young in the NL, or at least will finish top 5. I think Wheeler gets it. For the New York Mets, he's got Marcus Strowman. I could very well see that. I think, I almost said Semyon. I think Strowman is a very, very underrated starter, and it was a very good starter, I think. DeGrom was hurt the entire year. He pretty much already had... Actually, he does have a 99, so that wouldn't make sense. Sadly, Javi Bias wasn't all that good. Lindor was struggling the first half of the year. Strowman's probably the only guy that's gonna get it and has a legitimate shot at getting it. I am curious to see what he did put up, because he's one of those guys where it goes under the radar, and not many people know how good he can be. So Marcus Strowman... he had an ERA just over 3 at 3.2 in 33 games. About 180 innings pitched, 158 strikeouts. Okay, that's not bad at all, by any means. Kind of stepped up big time for DeGrom when he went out. We can check Lindor and Javi, but I don't think they have a shot. But let's check anyways. All right, so looking at Javi Bias, yeah, 500 ABs, had 31 bombs, had an average of 265, 87 RBIs, 319 OPS. OPB. I was looking at that stat. OPS is what I meant to say. It was 813 with a slugging of 494. Yeah, it doesn't cut it for a finest card, unfortunately. Let's check out Lindor. Alright, so in more ABs than Baez, He had 20 homers, an average of 230, with 63 RBIs, an OPS of 734, and a slugging of 412. So he was actually worse than Javi. Oh, okay. So ultimately, Marcus Strowman, kind of your clear-cut guy here. So I agree with this one. For the Atlanta Braves, he has Austin Riley. Yeah, I think I agree here. Freeman has a shot. Acuna, with him going out, missing pretty much the second half of the year. He's kind of clearly ruled out. Could make a case for Dansby, d'Arnaud, but me personally, I think d'Arnaud's going to get a World Series program card. So, Austin Riley makes clear sense. He kind of have a breakout year. Let's go check out the numbers, though. Alright, looking at Austin Riley, in about 600 ABs, he had 33 homers, 303 average, 107 RBIs, a slugging of 331, OPS of basically 900. Yeah, Austin Riley has to get it. This man was great this year in a breakout year. Riley's gonna get it, I'm positive. Moving on to the Nationals, Juan Soto. Yeah, there's really nobody else that's gonna get it. We'll look at the stats, but he's really not in contention with anybody else. So, yeah. So, looking at Juan Soto, who is gonna probably win MVP. I'm kind of glad he will. He's neck and neck with Harper, I think, but could definitely scoot him out and get it. 500 ABs, had 29 homers with an average of 313, 95 RBIs, an OPS of 1,000. And a slugging of 534. Soto was just unreal this year. He's probably my MVP if I had to guess. But yeah, he's the only national that's gonna get it. Let's be honest here. Moving on to the Reds, Jesse Winker. I don't know about this one. Winker had a hell of a year. Castellanos had a hell of a year. Jonathan India would be my pick here and not Winker. India had a great Rookie of the Year, but so did Winker. I would be okay if Winker gets it. I personally think it's going to go to Jonathan India. I think he's kind of a lock to get Rookie of the Year. Just unreal. Tyler Naquin kind of cooled off. Let's look at Winker and India. So looking at Jesse Winker to start off. 423 at-bats, 24 homers, 305 average. RBIs were at 71. He had an OPS at 949. I was going to say 949. Slugging at 556. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at the numbers, he might be a lot, but I do want to check out India. India in his Rookie of the Year campaign had, in 532 ABs, he had 21 homers, an average of 269, nice. 69 RBIs, double nice. An OPS of 835 with slugging of 459. Yeah, I mean, he's only a rookie. Great rookie year. But Winker, I just had better numbers, but I think what's going to come down to who had the better impact for them, and it could go either or. But I think India's going to get it. I'm going to stick with that pick, but don't be surprised if Winker gets it either. The Pittsburgh Pirates, clear-cut favorite, and the only guy that should get it and is only in contention is Brian Reynolds. Let's be honest. Enough said, but let's check his numbers. So, looking at Brian Reynolds in 560 at-bats, had 169 hits, nice, 24 homers, 302 average, 90 RBIs, an OPS of 912, and a slugging of 522. Great year, another kind of breakout year for him, I guess. Like I said, the Pirates just have nobody, and he went off of the Pirates. He just has to get it, and he's really the only one that's even talked about for getting the card. Next up, from my Chicago Cubs, Patrick Wisdom. Yeah, I think everybody saw this coming. Even I saw this coming. With us trading away Javier Bias, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo. Yeah, Wisdom stepped up big time, although I do want to look at Rafael Ortega because he kind of carried that load with Wisdom. We can look at Contreras, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't doing any good. Wisdom would be my safe pick here, but Rafael Ortega has a strong case. So looking at Patrick Wisdom, and about 340 ABs, has 28 homers, an average of 231. RBIs were at 61, slugging at 518, OPS at 823. Not the greatest. Let's go look at Rafael Ortega. Alright, looking at Rafael Ortega, and 300 ABs, had 11 homers, 291 average, 33 RBIs, OPS of 823, and a slugging of 463. I'm pretty sure Wisdom played more games. I believe 103 games for Ortega. Let me double check Wisdom again. Wisdom playing in 106 games, so it's a 3-game difference. I'm giving my pick to Rafael Ortega instead of Wisdom. I think Ortega was just better in pretty much the same amount of games. Wisdom could get it, but I'm confident in getting Rafael Ortega, but definitely could very well see Patrick Wisdom. For the St. Louis Cardinals, he went with Paul Goldschmidt. I'm starting to lean towards Dylan Carlson right out the gate. Gotta make a case for Nolan Arenado. Let's look at all 3 of these stats before I give my prediction. So, Paul Goldschmidt, I do want to look at his games. 158. 600 ABs, had 31 homers, averaged just under 300 at 294, had pretty much 100 RBIs, 514 slugging, OPS of 879. Okay, not bad year whatsoever. Let's check out Arenado. Looking at Arenado, had 157 games, so it looks like it was a 4-game difference. 600 ABs, had 34 homers, 255 average with a 105 RBIs, slugging of pretty much 500, and OPS just over 800. Nolan beat Goldschmidt in everything except batting average, looks like, or at least had similar numbers. So I think he edges out Goldschmidt, but let's look at Carlson. Looking at Dylan Carlson in 149 games, 540 RBIs, or wow, not RBIs, at bats, 18 homers, 266 average with 65 RBIs, an OPS of 780 and a slug of 437. So Carlson slowed down kind of that second half of the year, looks like. So we can rule him out. I'm giving this to Arenado. I just think he did a little bit better than Goldschmidt, but I could see Goldschmidt getting it too, but I don't know now. I think they do maybe give that to Goldschmidt now because Arenado just got a 99 not that long ago. I don't see him getting another 99. Yeah, I gotta go Goldschmidt because of that. For the Brewers, he's got Brandon Woodruff. I have to give this to Willy Adames. Adames was phenomenal. This, you could give it to Luis Urias or however you say his name. Freddie Peralta has a 99. I know Burns has a high Player of the Month card. I'm really leaning towards Adames here, but I want to check out Woodruff, Adames, and Urias. So looking at Woodruff, in 30 games, had a 2.56 ERA, about 180 innings pitched. Yeah, great year. Don't forget that. I just think Adames and Urias were better. Now I know it's 2 hitters against a pitcher, but let's check them both out. Looking at Willy Adames here, 500 ABs, 130 hits, 25 homers, 262 average, 73 RBIs, a slugging of 481, an OPS of 818, in 100 games. I'm going to round that up by a game. 100 games. Let's look at Urias. Alright, looking at Luis Urias, 500 ABs in 150 games. So he played more than Adames. 249 average, 23 bombs, 75 RBIs, OPS of 790 pretty much, and a slate of 445. So I think Adames was better, but Urias played in more games. Woodruff has a strong case, but I would tend to think they give this to Adames. Therefore, I'm going to go with Adames. That's my prediction, but Woodruff would be very, very close and could edge out Adames to get the card. For the Padres, Tatis. This is gonna be anybody else. Cronenworth has a card already. Hosmer was, I don't know what he was doing. Will Myers, Trent Grisham. Nah, Tatis is easily the guy here. Could maybe consider Machado, but I don't think he was even close to Tatis, but we'll check them both. So looking at Tatis, in 130 games, and just under 500 ABs, had 42 homers. Wow. 282 average, 97 RBIs, and slugging of 611, OPS of 975. Yeah. Just unreal. Could finish top 10 in MVP, I'm sure, because he's a fan favorite for a lot of people. But let's check out Machado. Alright, Manny Machado. In 153 games, had more ABs, 28 homers, 278 average, 106 RBIs, slugging of 489, OPS of 836. Machado has a great case. I know he got it last year. I think he was a Padre last year. Yeah, he was a Padre last year. I'm thinking Tatis. I would be shocked, but Machado is right there with him. Oh, hey, it's a Manny in a Dodger uniform. Anyways, I like Machado here a little bit more, but it's Tatis. Everybody loves Tatis. They would be stupid not to give it to Tatis, but I think Machado is deserving more than Tatis. But that's just me. He just had a better year than Tatis. For the Giants, Buster Posey. Posey, Bell, Crawford, are really the only guys I can think of. Buster Posey has to get it. I loved his MVP card, I think last year, was it? Might have been 19. He did change up his stance this year, so his swing could be different. But if his swing is good, Posey's gonna be my endgame catcher. So looking at Buster Posey in 114 games and 400 at-bats, had 18 homers, 304 average, 56 RBIs, a slugging of 500, and an OPS of pretty much 900. Yeah, you have to give it to Posey. I don't think there's really anybody else in contention, I mean. So please, please, please be Posey, and please have a good swing. Going with the Dodgers, went with Max Muncy. That's the thing with the Dodgers, is it could be anybody. Scherzer has a 99, Trey Turner practically has a 99, Pujols, sorry buddy. Will Smith could get it, but I think he has a 98 Player of the Month card. The Dodgers could be a lot of people. Sadly, will not be Bellinger. Don't even say Bellinger. No, not even close. Muncy is a safe bet. And yeah, I think he'll get it. Beeler, I think, has a high Player of the Month card. Kershaw, I don't think played much this year. So we'll look at Muncy. Looking at Muncy, and let's see, he played 144 games, was out for the playoffs. 500 ABs, 36 bombs, 249 average, 94 RBIs, slugging of 527, OPS of 895. Great year for Muncy. I think if he was in the playoffs, he could strengthen his case into getting the finest, but Muncy is gonna get it, let's be honest. For the Diamondbacks, Carson Kelly. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. I don't pay attention to any Diamondbacks baseball, nor did I hear anything about the Diamondbacks. My first instinct is Ketel Marte. I don't know. We'll look at Marte and Kelly, but I don't have an answer. Alright, looking at Carson Kelly in 100 games, Had an average of 240 with 30 bombs. 30 bombs. No, sir. I was looking somewhere else. 13 bombs. 46 RBIs. Slugging at 411. OPS of 757. Yeah, not very good. But it's the Diamondbacks. Come on now. Let's look at Ketel, though. Ketel in 90 games. 14 bombs, 318. Oh my. 50 RBIs, slugging at 532, and OPS of 909. Give it to Ketel. Yeah, just give it to Ketel. No, Kelly doesn't even come close in stats. My prediction is Ketel Marte. Rounding out the video and the NL is CJ Crone of the Rockies. Yeah. The only other guy that you could probably think of is Story. Let's look at both, though. Alright, looking at CJ Crone in 142 games, had 28 bombs, 281 average, 92 RBIs, was slugging 530, OPS of 905. Yeah, that's just nasty. Let's go look at Story. Trevor Story in 142 games, so they pretty much played the same. 24 bombs, 251 average. RBIs were at 75, slugging at 471. OPS of 801. I would like to see Crone get it, but Story has a shot, but I'm going to go with Crone as well. Well, that's going to do it. Again, shout out to my guy, MLB20 Card Art, for these custom designs. I will link his Twitter again in the description. Go shoot him a follow. But yeah, that's going to do it. Like I said, if you guys didn't go see the AL half of this, or portion, I should say, make sure you go back and watch that. I didn't want to cram everything together because that'd be like an hour recording, and I didn't want to do that. Nor did I have the cards until earlier today, so it worked out really well. Just a completely random side note. The World Series is going on right now. Braves are winning it. Go Braves. Freddie Freeman stays a Brave. Whatever. That's just completely random. But anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new. 85% of you aren't subscribed that watch my videos. What are you doing? We're like 3 away from 100. Help us get there and more. And yeah, with that out the way, can't wait for TA5 to drop in a couple days. I'm not exactly sure when that drops. But, yeah. Love y'all. Peace out. Deuces.